And welcome to The View. Joining us as special guest co-host, please welcome Dancing with the Stars, Karina Smirnoff. So, before the show, we were downstairs, you sort of mentioned that you've been engaged once or twice or 3 times, I don't know. But you believe in giving the ring back, which I think is fantastic. Yes. Why?
Well, I think when a guy gives you a ring, it's a promise that you're going to spend your life together, that you're going to get married. And if it doesn't work out, it's not yours to keep. Mm-hmm.
But so a gift is a gift.
Speaking like a true woman. Yes.
Let me ask you a deeper question. So you've been engaged a few times, but not married.
Now,
what stops you?
Well, I still believe in the fairy tale. I believe that there is that right person for you.
But not the guys you got engaged to, obviously.
Well, I learned a lot from those experiences because I think the first 12 to 18 months...
You're a dance-away bride, not a runaway bride, yeah. And so you learn.
You learn, but the first 12 to 18 months, you market yourself. So you want to be liked and loved, and it goes both ways. And after a while, you start to see the real thing. And that real thing sometimes is not what you thought it was going to be.
But this is what I love about you, Karina, from hanging around you. Karina can look at a man and then he goes, I want to marry you. Like, it's just, and I look at you and I go, where'd you get that big old rock? And you're like, you want to get married. I mean, that's what I love about you. How do you do that?
Does he have to dance?
I actually prefer if he's not a dancer because you want to have someone from another field that you can talk about anything, not just the cha-cha-cha.
It's all that passion. I see y'all on the floor.
Rhythm is important. Rhythm is important.
That's what the Catholic Church says anyway.
Yes.
Yes, you
and
want them to have.
You're writing a book. You're going to kind of tell us
well,
all.
I've been talking to my girlfriend after every relationship that didn't work out, and I was like, what did I do wrong? Where did I mess up? And I want to put that into a book because those are the lessons that hopefully make us better eventually.
So what's the lesson? Give us a lesson.
Well, I think for the most part, women are very good at believing their own stories and lies. You know, we want the perfect relationship, and we start building it in our head, and then by the time I'm done with my fairy tale, it's perfect.
It never matches up.
No, and then the reality is very different, and I think we have to be honest with ourselves the first and foremost.
Foremost.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
That's good.
Well, I think that's probably right, but I think you have to be honest with yourself from the giddy up. I mean, every day you got to know who you are so that when you see the guy who you look and you go, oh, not him, and then you discover later on that that's the one because that's the one who is honest and upfront with you, and you turn. It's like Dustin Hoffman said. You know, we see people, he sees people, and then he would have never spoken to them because they didn't fit his ideal.
Well, sometimes I think women also, they put this thing on their list of things that this wish list of things that they want. And I know, like, when I got married, my girlfriend, Niecy Nash, introduced Sal to me, and I remember saying to her, no, because I want somebody this, and she said, you know, don't date for your preference. What's your priority? Be realistic. And she was like, you need somebody who, if Jeffrey's sick, he's going to say, I'm going to go to the doctor with you. And like Sal fit all of that, and he's got a lot of rhythm too. He fit the first stuff.
That's important.
Very important. But you know, it was like I think women got to look at what do you need in a relationship, not what is all the stuff that I want.
What about sex all the time? I was just going to say, you talk about all of the things, but the bottom line is, do you want it? Do you want him? Do you want to go to bed with him? I mean, you know, the other things are very important.
She's right.
Was that your criteria, Barbara? Like, do you want him? Do you want to go to bed with him?
That has to be there somewhere.
It's got to be there.
And knowing that that's not going to last for 30, 40 years, and that whoever you marry, you better be able to talk to them for the times when you're going through the change. And, you know, guys never understand it. You say, dude, do not touch me, I'm hot.
You got a lot of men. You got a lot of men over here will be going to change.
The change is we go from one thing to another, and sometimes you know, it's harder. It's very difficult sometimes, and men don't understand. Sex! You're dry?
You're saying sex and you're saying the change.
I was saying the change.
Is that about menopause?
Yes, it's like the whole thing.
Connected.
They are connected because sometimes, no matter what your head for sex has been, sometimes you start to go through that change and chemically you start to alter. And guys have to know that this is real. It's not, I don't want to go to bed. It's like, you are too heavy for me.
And guys do not alter.
And guys what?
They don't alter.
Yeah, guys don't change.
That's why they look for younger ones.
That's true.
Well,
that's
indicative of their change.
They have Viagra now. It'll never end.
A man married.
I said they have Viagra now. It'll never end.
That's right.
Well, it won't end happily is what you mean. It will end because, you know, they say with the Viagra, if your erection lasts 17, 18 hours, go to the hospital. You know, if you're 90 years old, that's not a good sign.
That's a great
Now listen, a man was married for 7 years and he told an online advice column that he cannot have sex with his wife unless he fantasizes that she's somebody else. And he asked, does this mean I don't love her? The column said, all it means is that you found a way to keep your sex life fresh.
Right.
But when you read these columns, it does say that you should fantasize.
Yeah.
That, you know, if you're with him and you're not that excited, fantasize that he's somebody else, like... At the moment, I can't fantasize about anybody.
No, you like that guy. Who's that guy? Gabriel Burns. You love Gabriel Burns?
Oh, no, I like him,
you
but
you don't fantasize about him? No. What about Rob Lowe? Rob Lowe's coming on. No, Rob Lowe. See, I got...
He's cute.
He's cute. How about Colin Powell? He's hot, yes? I tell you, she loves her brother. I love her. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. But it's just the fantasy. What? I tried to think of the classiest man I could.
Colin Powell, I mean, if you're going to fantasize about somebody, Colin Powell, that's
Fantasize about him.
Yeah, but also, Barbara, we read the book, okay?
I knew I should have taken today off.
Page 74. It's page 74, second paragraph.
Can I just clear that up? I think Colin Powell is just an absolutely wonderful man. He has a very happy marriage. We have never gotten beyond...
No, you're explaining way too much.
Yeah, Barbara. You're explaining way too much.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let it go, babe.
Yeah, we gonna
let it go.
I know.
So what about this?
Change the subject.
I am getting ready to. The wife of Brooklyn Nets star Andre Kirilenko says that she knows how many women throw themselves at athletes, so she gives him permission to cheat once a year. He claims he's never taken her up on the offer.
I have two questions for him. Does he think she should do the same?
No, that's answer is a no. He will not let. She doesn't.
Okay, and does she hope that he's going to say, no, honey, I don't want to?
Well, I think, you know, the thing about it, though, is when she lets him, here's a problem. I mean, good for you. I hope it works. But I think you open up a big, huge Pandora's box, because what if he gets with a woman that's better than you? And I think, you know, as time goes on, it's like a drug. One woman is not enough. Then you start wanting more. So I'm going, it's a
and what if she's not on birth control pills and he isn't wearing a condom?
Well, this is too deep in the weeds now. That's too deep, Barbara.
And what if she doesn't use this year, he doesn't use this year, and he says, can I do two? Does he get a credit?
Does he get a credit? But he isn't taking her up on it yet. We got to say that. He isn't.
I don't even know what to say. We're going to go and come right back, because you know we have to talk some more. Yes. We are back with our guest co-host, the fabulous Karina Smirnoff. Joy. Let me set you up.
During the break, guess who called? Mrs. Colin Powell. She wants to talk to you.
She said she'll be right outside.
We're not gonna let you off the hook.
I mean, you were so mean.
We're not gonna let you off the hook, Barbara.
That's right. She is outside. She's going to do it. She's like this.
Not one.
He has the whole house.
You know, Joy.
Yes, you know, Whoopi, I know a little bit about you.
Well, yeah, you know who I've been with, so does everybody else. You don't know how often, because nobody knows.
One of them talks.
One of them talks a lot, but you know what? Many of them have talked. But you know what? I got poison for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some poison for them. Now listen, you shot some very revealing video of Sherry recently.
Yes, I
did. What the hell?
Well, you know, people ask what's going on backstage when some of us are in a segment, some of us are not, or there's a long commercial and then we go backstage. Well, the other day I'm back there with Sherry and I took out my video part of my iPad and I shot this footage. Look at this. This is what she was doing. She's Simonizing a Chevy, the girl. And then, look at the cricket sounds she could be making. I mean, look at her.
You know, but the thing was, it was like they were ashy, and I was so tired after doing all that. So tired.
People don't know that one time Barbara was getting tattoos. Sorry.
She went out with tattoos?
What? She was getting tattoos once.
Oh, I thought you said she went out with tattoos. Irvine Village has? I did not know that. It wasn't in the book, was it?
If you were with us backstage, if you would be with us backstage, the things that you would see would be frightening. Yes.
Well, how about this? There was a recent online article in the New York Times that looked at how more female college students take the lead in the so-called hookup culture, looking for sex on campus rather than getting involved in a relationship. What's wrong with that? I mean, people seem to find this amazing.
Don't you remember, will you respect me tomorrow?
No. I don't remember that.
No, I do. I grew up, I grew up with, you know, you won't respect me tomorrow. And so I didn't do it.
But, you know, I agree with you.
But you know, the morality or whatever, they don't consider having intercourse as sort of the ultimate, or, you know, you have to go out with them.
But Barbara got the pill. You know, that threw that out. The sin of that, because, you know, if you got pregnant in not quite our day, but our day, you know, people disappeared you. And then suddenly you showed up and you had your cousin's, mother's, sister's, aunt's baby.
But, you know, the thing about that, I think with these college women, nobody can stop you from doing what you want. If you want to be like the guys and you want to be on campus and have the same, you know, do the same thing. But what you can't do, I don't think, is rewire how men think. And men think that, you know, men think I'll get with you, but I'm not going to marry you. And that's what you can't change.
They're looking for that. They're looking for sex. They're looking to have sex and to get out and go finish what they have to do.
And that's what I'm saying. But if you want that, you can get that. But then at the end of the day,
been with a guy where you just wanted to sleep with him and you didn't want to marry him? We all have.
Yeah. You know, But I'm sorry. I think it's rambling.
People, I think y'all are lying.
You wanted to sleep with him. You didn't want to wake up with him.
You know, sometimes you just got to get a hit and run, and it's like, okay.
I think women in general are in a different place.
I think with hit and runs, it's some damage, it's some collateral damage.
I don't think there is, Sherry, because you wanted to get married. You're a marriage, that's your thing. You love being married. I didn't love being married. That wasn't something I wanted. And so sometimes I'd get a little horny and call up a friend and say, can you come over? Come over, you know, have some fun, and then go home.
But the question I ask you, can I ask one question? But it took you 3 times of being married to figure out,
But that wasn't the reason. The reason I kept getting married is because I wanted to feel like I was normal. Because people kept making me feel like there was something weird about me. Because of you know, that I had this career, and how could I do those things and go make more money. So I always thought if I married them, they'd be more comfortable and we'd be able to. And the truth of the matter is, look, I was this when I met you. And if you can't respect that, then you're not respecting me. And if you're not respecting me, I can't be here.
You're like Elizabeth Taylor. She kept getting married also.
Well, because, you know, in those days, if you wanted to live with a guy or have sex with him, you had to get married.
That's the double standard. Women are in a different place nowadays. They have their own
I think it's still some ramifications.
Also the fact that when you're 19 or 20, you don't want to hook up for the rest of your life, because between the years of 20 and 35, you change 20 different times.
far? You've had these engagements. What are you looking?
I want to be married. I want to. I want to have a family, but I want it the right way. I want the right guy who's going to be supportive.
What's your idea of the right guy?
Someone who's going to be my best friend and wants to grow old with me and share the experiences of life.
Do you have commitment issues?
I don't. I love being in a relationship. You know, people say, why do you...
18 months.
Well, it's just, unfortunately, it happened.
Right? But you broke up with your guys.
You know, it's not A or B. It's very mutual. Like, when you get to the same place and you realize you don't want to continue on the same road together, get out.
You know, you should follow Joy's example.
Wait 20 years.
She is my role model.
Wait 30 years.
30 years she lived with him, and then finally she said, for taxes, I think, right?
We moved in together in 2001. I met him in 1981. So I did not live with him for 20 years. I lived with him for 10. And I didn't want to live with him for all those years because it kept the relationship hot. When he lived there and I live here, it's like, hey, visit me. The minute you're in the house together, then you're sharing the bathroom.
How often did you see each other?
It's like now, now I'm on Vagifem. What can I tell you?
I don't even know what that is.
Wow. We'll be right back with the amazing Rob Lowe, who you know has something to say about all of this.